Greetings, my name is Chris Getaganas and I'm here in Athens, Greece, together with Sifu Sergio. Many people know them from his videos and YouTube channel. What's so special in Sifu Sergio? He has traveled in China, has visited many Chinese Wing Chun masters. Also, Sifu Sergio, I'm Greco. Also, my first question is, can you tell us a short bio about you? A short bio.
Yes. So, I started martial arts when I was 6 years old with judo, and I did karate. So in judo I reached the brown belt, in karate I reached black belt, Shotokan. But like all children who start with the martial art, my big example back then was Bruce Lee. So I was a big fan and I wanted to do what he did. So I read everything about him, different kind of books, and of course I found out he started with Wing Chun. So I said, okay, I want to do the same. So I started to look for a Wing Chun school. So this was 1986. I found a Wing Chun school in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. Yeah. Actually, it's Oslo, it's close to Amsterdam. And began to study under the lineage of Grandmaster Wang Q. He's an original student of Yip Man. We immigrated into the Netherlands in 1976.
Yes. Okay. What is so special about your Wing Chun style, Wing Chun, and why you write this with these letters?
I write it with these letters to distinguish myself, to do my have my own system. Actually, my system is called IWK Wing Chun.
Yes.
So I believe, after doing the last 10 years full-time research in China, I believe the answers cannot be found in one lineage. So even the system of the late Grandmaster Yip Man consists actually of 2 lineages. So it's a Chanbasu, Yun-Kei-san, and later in Didact line he studied with Tang Yik and Tjun.With. So actually, in my opinion, one lineage doesn't have the answer. So I just took the best things from many lineages and put it all together to form my own system. For example, if I teach the long pole, I want to have the source, the origin of the Liptimpukwan and where it comes from. If I teach the knife, we can do the Bachamdo from Yip Man. Yeah. But in whole China you cannot find the Bachamdo because it's an invention by Yip Man himself.
An invention, the Bachamdo?
It's an invention from himself. Because in whole China there is no Bachamdo. But you can find different knife forms, Wudip-do or Seung-do.
Yes.
And Yip Man wanted to learn the Seung-do from Yun-Kei-san, but Yun-Kei-san never gave him. So if I want to teach knife, not to say that Yip Man's version is bad, because of course he took from many sources knowledge and he created his own knife form, which is not a bad knife form. But I like things to be as authentic as possible. So I started to teach in my IWK association the Seung-do from Yun-Kei-san. So to be as authentic as possible with the different techniques. Look, Dimpun-kwan comes from Tang Yik, because that's the source where Yip Man got it from. So he got one section from 18 sections. And why teach his version if I can learn the original version of the form?
In your internet site you describe the red flag, black flag, 5 different lineages. What's all this? Is the story with the 5 elders and who may not true about the creation of Wing Chun?
Oh, it's very simple. Many misconceptions there, yeah? First of all, the red flag or black flag and stuff is secret societies.
Yes.
So this has nothing to do with only Wing Chun. There was many Kung Fu in these secret societies. This is after the burning down of the southern Shaolin temple. Secret societies were formed. So you had the red flag for Guangdong province. You had the black flag for Fujian or Fujian province. So, but many Kung Fu systems were practiced in these secret societies. So it's not one lineage. It's not Wing Chun.
Understand? Yes. Okay. And about Humei and the creation of Wing Chun. Do you believe that it's true with the 5 elders? That they have
the 5 elders, the story of the 5 elders is written by a novelist in Fatsan, you know, in the mid-1940s, I think it was, in Fatsan. So this is a romanticization. I have original documents from China about the burning of the southern Shaolin temple, and on the documents there are the real names of the monks that escaped, and it's not the same monks or the same people like the 5 elders. To give an example, Mui means 5 in Cantonese,
Yes.
and Mui is a flower. And this was actually the 5 petals of the flower are 5 learning steps of Southern Shaolin. So Mui is like a code, it's not a person. And Yin Wing Chun, right? It's the woman who supposedly
Yes.
Inherited Wing Chun from Mui, and then the system was named after Yin Wing Chun. But Yin Wing Chun is actually also a code of the secret society. For example, Yin means to be discreet, to be secret, and Wing means to praise or to talk. So it means we keep secret among ourselves, we talk only among ourselves, and then Chun means springtime. But springtime is a symbolism for the rebirth. Everything grows in the springtime.
Yes.
Of the rebirth of the Ming dynasty. So the idea was from the secret society, overthrow the Qing, restore the Ming.
Yes.
So Yin Wing Chun was a code. We keep secret, we talk only among ourselves till the rebirth of the Ming dynasty. It's not the person. Yeah? That's just a legend, a fable.
And the monk Pai Mei, White Ebro, is this fictional too?
It's also a code. We have to go very deep into this, but it's, you know, with the Chinese it's a little bit different. But the people they try also always get the easy route. So they hear a legend. Oh yeah, it's a simple story, beautiful romanticization, right? A woman invented
Yes, yes.
the system, and Mui saw a fox or a snake or a crane and a snake fight, and it's an easy story. So
It's a very good story, nice story.
yeah, unfortunately, it's not the truth.
I'm asking you about Pai Mei because there is Pai Mei style, Pai Mei Kung Fu.
It's they say Pak Mei.
Pak Mei.
Pak Mei. Yeah, Pai Mei is from Kill Bill.
Ah, yes.
It's a
Sorry.
movie.
Pak Mei.
But anyway, the legends are not true. Let's keep it by that.
Okay, okay. Does the Red Boat Opera created other Wing Chun forms? And how? They were actors.
The Red Opera boats, there were actually boats that traveled along Yangtze River from village to village and performed their shows.
Yes.
And in these shows, many Chinese martial arts is used. So members of the secret society, when they were hunted down by Manchu or Qing officials, they went into hiding on the red boats.
I understand.
They went into hiding and they became actors.
They know Kung Fu.
They know Kung Fu. So on the red boats, for sure, more lineages were slowly developed, and more people were taught the Wing Chun system.
And they created their own forms of Wing Chun.
Yes, there's many different lineages born, let's say, around that time. Because also, you know, nowadays, for example, we have different systems, right?
Yeah.
We have great martial artists like Sifu Sergio who made Yip Man. We have another one, Sali Afchi Wing Chun. Yeah? We have, for example, Wong Chun Leung Wing Chun, right? We have Leung Ting Wing Chun. We have all great martial artists who make their own lineages because they put their own recipe, their own personality, their own findings into it. And it was the same back then. So we are all humans, so around that time, during the Red Boat, many.
Yeah, another question. Today there are so many Wing Chun lineages existing. Are they close to Yip Man's Wing Chun, or are they different? And why is this so?
Yip Man studied Wing Chun. Started Wing Chun when he was 9 years old. Till 11 years old he studied under Chen Basu. Then his Sifu died. Then he continued his study under his Sihings, Jun So and Chen Yumin. Chen Yumin being the son of Chen Basu. That was his first instructors. Then later on he studied with Yun Kaisa. And later on in Hong Kong, in the 1950s, he studied in Dai Line with Tang Yik and Chu Man. So Yip Man Wing Chun is an, let's say, accumulation of different knowledge Yip Man gathered for himself. And then it depends in which period the student became a student of Yip Man. So if we take, for example, a student who studied in the 1950s, for example, a Leung Chun or a Chu Shantin,
Yes.
a Lok Yu, is very different then the last student of Yip Man, when Yip Man was already very old, was Leung Ting. It was the end of the 60s. And he got taught different Wing Chun, because Yip Man was older, also continued to, let's say, evolve or continue to play around with his techniques, with his ideas. So it's just different system at that time. And they're arguing, Wong Chun Leung Wing Chun, the Lok Yu Wing Chun, the Chu Shan Tin, they're all arguing who is the authentic one. And I think all of them are telling the truth, because all of them studied with Yip Man and just got different things from Yip Man according to different periods of teaching. I mean, Yip Man did not even have a very clear teaching system. He just taught from his heart and what he wanted to show different kind of students according to their personality. So Wong Chun Leung was a fighter, he was a boxer, and of course what he got taught is very practical, very fighting orientated, you know? So they're all right, you know, they're arguing all about nothing.
Yes, I understand much more. Now, another question about these lineages. All these Wing Chun lineages are like other Kung Fu styles? It's like different arts, all these Wing Chun lineages. Not only Yip Man, all the other.
It's very simple. Wing Chun comes from the southern Shaolin, the Wing Chun Dim,
yes.
Eternal Spring Hall. During the course of history, during the many years, people started to add things or delete things according to their concept, and different forms got created. To give you an idea, we have one of the oldest Wing Chun forms, it's called Wing Chun Kung. Another name for it is Sapyat Sam. This is from nowadays still taught in the Tangik lineage. And around the, let's say the time of Leung Jan, Fung Su Ching, other forms got created. According to my research, it's very probable that or Fung Su Ching or one of his Sifus is the creator of Sinem Tao Chum Kyubuji, just to give it in a different way to his students in smaller pieces.
The older forms to give it more easier.
Yeah, to give it more easier, more quicker, more better, just to simplify it. If you see Leung Jan in Gulo, in his hometown village of Gulo, he taught one form, it's the 48-point system, and it's again, people say a simplification. I don't really agree, because I think that form is still very complicated and more complicated than Sinem Tao Chum Kyubuji. I think that's the only form he taught there, and Leung Jan did not even teach Sinem Tao Chum Kyubuji. This is, many people don't realize it, but when I was with the Chamba Sun lineage, I went to do research, I found out that Chamba Sun himself did not teach Sinem Tao Chum Kyubuji. And then the Sifu of Chamba Sun, Leung Jan, did not teach Sinem Tao Chum Kyubuji. So where did Yip Man get it from? He got it from Yun Kei-san. And Yun Kei-san got it from Fung Su Ching, who is probably the creator, or one of his Sifus, the creator of Sinem Tao Chum Kyubuji. So this is just one example to show you how different forms got created in history, and now is credited to Yip Man. People think that's the Yip Man system, but it's because people, they don't study history, they're not interested in history, and most of the people, unfortunately, are only interested in fighting, and they miss out on the whole philosophy and art of the Wing Chun system.
Is Wing Chun based on Shaolin Kung Fu? On which styles of Shaolin? Do you have visited the Shaolin temple, or do you have made research about the Shaolin?
Yes, I did. You have, this is very important, you know, this is also so funny. There is now, I don't want to mention any names, but there is some Italian Sifu, he's quite famous, and then he went to do photos in the Shaolin temple, and he said, oh, the origin from Wing Chun and blah blah blah. Yes. But unfortunately, the man, again, is not a researcher and is by the wrong Shaolin temple. He went to the Shaolin temple in Hunan in the north, yes. Which has nothing to do with the Wing Chun system, right? The Wing Chun system comes from the southern Shaolin temple in Fujian province, many thousands of kilometers from there. So this is what I mean, that people don't do any research. But what formed Wing Chun is when the Qing invaded China, let's say the Mongols from the north, yes. And the Shaolin temple, there was already some sort of martial arts going on there. This was the Buddhism, let's say special kind of yoga exercise brought from Bodhidharma from India to the temple. And then the monks had their own fighting system was called 18 Lohan hand. Not 18 Lohan fist, 18 Lohan hand. Lohan is Buddha, so 18 Buddha hands.
Yes.
But then, during the invasion, the Southern Shaolin Temple became a rebel center where different kind of things came together to form a resistance against the Qing. So this was the martial arts from the surrounding villages, because martial arts existed in China long before the Shaolin Temple. So for example, you have the village of Yongchun, which is the white crane system that went into hiding in the temple. Of course, the Lohan art of the monks itself, and then also the loyalists of the military of the Ming family. They also went into hiding in the Southern Shaolin Temple. So all these sources together formed in the Eternal Spring Hall, a martial art, which we now know as Wing Chun. But it did not have a name then. When the temple got burned down, people started to ask in the secret societies, right, what is the martial art, what we're doing? They say, oh, this is the martial art from the Eternal Spring Hall.
Yes, and
so it's the martial art of Wing Chun. And then later, because of the secret codes and stuff, then in the 1900s, the legend of Wing Chun and all these 5 elders were born because of a novelist who made a romantic story, you know?
I understand.
Yeah. So it's pure Southern Shaolin Kung Fu, Wing Chun.
Oh, yeah, great. Wing Chun has also many similarities with Tai Chi, Bagua and Xing Yi. Why is this so?
Oh, very good that you notice that. Because, look, it's very simple. Nowadays, you know, according to the research, the Wing Chun is really Chan Buddhism. But Chan Buddhism is something fairly new. Chan Buddhism is not original Chinese. The original way of thinking and thought and martial arts of China were based on Taoism. This is Xing Yi, Bagua, for example. And the Buddhism was brought from India to China.
Yes.
And these two things mixed, the Taoism and the Buddhism. And it created Chan Buddhism, an original way of thought, which later also went into Japan, and there it became more Zen. But the creation of the Southern Shaolin Temple and the Northern Shaolin Temple were after the original temples in China that practiced Taoism in their martial art.
Yes.
And they were influenced by it. So a big part of the base of Wing Chun is actually found in Xing Yi and Tai Chi, but the people don't realize it anymore because, for example, communism has destroyed so many things. If you see Tai Chi, you know, they say in Hong Kong Tai Technique, in Tai Chi Chuan is Mandarin. Tai Chi Chuan was art practiced by the bodyguards of the emperor in the old China. So it must be very effective fighting system.
Yes,
unfortunately, when the communist and the Boxer regime and everything, all these things happened, they just said to the people, okay, you want to join us? Then you have to forget about the theory. So they didn't want to hear any Buddhism, no Taoism, no nothing. They only wanted communism. So they burned all the philosophy, all the books and stuff. Then they say, the art, the fighting is not good. So you want to join our project? If not, we shoot you. Yeah? They killed many people. So the art became less and less effective because people were not allowed anymore to practice the short and range and the fighting techniques. It was dangerous. They were afraid that the people come against them.
Yes.
But they said the health part is good because we want healthy communists. So the health part, they promote it and they made the form longer and they made the forms more wide, and that's the Tai Chi we know nowadays. So you could say it all has to do with Wing Chun, and if we could go back in the past and you see the original Tai Chi or the original Xing Yi, it's very, very, very close to what Wing Chun is nowadays. Wing Chun just had more luck that it was in the south of China and it was a little bit easier for them to escape to Hong Kong. So the communist regime did not have the ability to kill and extinguish Wing Chun like it had with the other arts of the north.
And so the Shaolin Temple had influences from Taoists, if I understand
yes,
correct.
for sure.
And this is the reason because South Shaolin Wing Chun is similar to Tai Chi and Bagua.
If you make the Tai Chi movement smaller, the circle smaller, it all comes down to, then it's very similar, for example, to Tjun.With Wing Chun.
Yes,
Yeah, very similar.
In these days, with the communists, there was no teacher in Foshan or China. They were all hiding. But today, there are many teachers. How you can recognize that some teacher is a true Wing Chun and not a fake master with many forms? Because of
the problem in China is that people have a lot of respect, and then when they have a Sifu, they believe the Sifu blindly. They don't ask any question. I'm a European, and from nature I'm a researcher. So when I study with a master, I go to his background, and I see, okay, this is what he knows, this is what he knows, okay, this is what is important for me to pick out. This is pure, this is good. Okay, the guy, he does the pole like that, a little bit primitive, a little bit not so good, let's see. And then discover that one of the Sifus only taught him a simplified version because he was not a family member, and then I have to jump there, and then I have to find out there, and then study that one. So there are many Sifu that don't have complete knowledge or only a small bit, and that's why people, they always criticize me. They say, oh, Sifu Sergio is crazy, he goes to this guy, this guy, this guy, he studies with everybody. Yeah, because I'm a researcher.
Yes.
I had more than 12 Sifus in my life, only in China. And in Europe, in the beginning, when I was young, I didn't have the resources, so I could not go to China and do all the research. But even in Europe, I was already a researcher. In the IWK, in Leungting's organization, I had also more than 8 Sifus. And I wanted to find out who did the authentic Leungting system. And everybody did it different. So I became very confused. So in 1996 I said, okay, enough. I go to Hong Kong now, and I became a private student of Leungting. I was chief instructor of Israel, and to learn the Leungting system I had to become a private student of Leungting. So from 1997 till 2001 I studied privately with Leungting, and then I got that out of the way. Then I knew how it was. And after 2001 till 2012, I did non-stop research into the other lineages. Gulo Wing Chun, Yunke-san Wing Chun, Tjun.With Wing Chun, Chi-Sim Wing Chun. Yeah. So,
I have 2 more questions. Can a Wing Chun fighter fight with an MMA fighter in the ring?
I believe everything has its time and space and energy to do so. MMA is really developed now for the ring, right? Yes. And many things we cannot do. But then you have all these people criticize, yeah, this is the only excuse Wing Chun has, right? We cannot do this, we cannot do throat, we cannot do knee, we cannot do balls, that's why we cannot fight the MMA fighters, right? It comes down to this, it comes down to the training. Many Wing Chun people, they don't train as hard. They train 2-3 times a week, 1 hour, and the MMA guy is training 6 hours a day. Yeah? As a professional fighter, eating specialized food and only focus on that. If Wing Chun people with the right knowledge, that means not only one lineage of Wing Chun and very limited, but with a very profound, complete knowledge of Wing Chun would train like the MMA guys, I believe Wing Chun is the superior system because it's more based on core concept of time-space energy. Time-space energy is, for example, say the Chinese say heaven, earth, human. Heaven stands for time, earth stands for space, human stands for energy. That's why we don't have any flying kicks or high kicks, takes too much time, too much space, too much energy. Wing Chun is really specialized on being the result of maximum efficiency according to time, space, energy. Unfortunately, many lineages lost that, and if you take the average Wing Chun guy, yes, he loses against an average MMA guy, unfortunately.
And my last question. Can you tell us a few words about different Wing Chun styles? I know there are so many. Describe us these ones that you like and tell us why do you like them. If you can give us some technical examples of each style and why they are different from Yip Man's Wing Chun.
I like the more older lineages because they are more according to the concept of time, space, energy, and they feel more complete and more freely. They cover three-dimensional space better. Now, if you see, for example, if you see Yip Man Wing Chun, right? They have a very simple forms. They have like this, right? This is the leung ting system.
Yes.
Then a punch like this. They do like this. Right? This is the leung ting system. Now, this is a one-dimensional line. If you look at the older lineages, they cover height, width, and depth in a better way. So instead of having a one-dimensional line, when they punch, they're like this: high reference point, mid reference point. They have three lines of width: yang, yin, center. So if you see a three-dimensional cube in front of you, this covers the space much better than this, right?
Yes.
And if you see the older Wing Chun form, like Tjun.With Wing Chun, you see it's more complicated. It's not so simple as the Yip Man lineage. So it feels better, more possibilities, and more effective. I mean, if Sifu Pan was coming, if Sifu Pan is, for example, if he attacks me with a straight punch, right, and I defend, this is the angle I have. This is how it should be in the form. Why I do in the form like this, right? But in the application I have to do like this, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at the old boxers, the old Western boxers, or look at Charlie Chaplin movie.
Ah, yes, you are right.
Yes.
They do the same.
If he gives me a hooking punch or something, yeah. This is how the punch goes. This is how. Sorry. This is how we should have the fist, and not like this, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Just to give you a few examples.
Okay, Sifu Sergio, and last question: who is your representative here in Greece, in Hellas, in your Wing Chun style?
Okay, my Wing Chun style that we teach is IWK Wing Chun. I don't believe all the answers are found in one lineage. So IWK Wing Chun is actually accumulation of knowledge of Yip Man Wing Chun, Yun-Kei-san, Gulo Wing Chun, Tjun.With Wing Chun, Shizin Wing Chun, all these things together, my research. And my representative for Greece is Sifu Panagiotis. And yeah, better he presents himself.
Ευχαριστώ τον Sifu Sergio. Και αν θέλετε περισσότερες πληροφορίες για το IWK Wing Chun, μπορείτε να επισκεφτείτε τη σελίδα μας www.wingchun.gr.